outage yesterday, and now I know why. I think I know what started this stuff on fire. Oh, you can see where the power line was down on the ground and hot. I should look for glass. Our ground is very sandy, especially right here. That thing arcs. I've seen it before where the power line has touched the ground and made little glass tubes. And there's the cause of it. So now I got something to clean up. Come and do that tomorrow with a skid steer. Keep planting for today. The temperature gauge has been staying nice and steady. I'd say the sending unit was the problem. Didn't find anything wrong with the wiring harness, which I'd kind of checked that over before. The way it was jittering, it was like it was shorting out, or grounding out. Still a short, I guess. Oh, there's a spot I can see. Let's go do a little digging. Yeah, I'd say she got hot. Ooh, it smells burnt too. Bet the ground was just too wet to do it. Not quite as much sand here as the other place it happened. Roasted soybean. Yeah, I bet with the moisture in the ground it probably conducted better. Couldn't get as hot with all that moisture to dissipate the heat. Yeah, it just smells burnt. Bummer. Ow. The planter felt like celebrating. For all you people that let your balloons go, just stop. Yeah, I should be able to get that cleaned up with a skid steer. Never a dull moment. Back to work. Time to fill up again. Get this going and put some seed in.
shed antler and not in a tire, so that's good.
crooked there. See if we can sneak up on some of these frogs. Oh, there they go. Look at them. Maybe if we wait, they'll come back. Oh, there's still tadpoles. Those are good sized tadpoles. Oop, there goes some. Disengage the park, put it in gear, engage the steering system, and we're off. Slow. That thump's my toolbox that I carry with me. Oh, there's a crooked road. Tool set. It's a Blackhawk. It's a pretty nice set. It's got a lot of stuff in it for no bigger than cases. Dad used to carry it with him in the truck going on service calls. Number 5's just a little low. Might have hit a bump. There's plenty of rocks out here. There's a wad of beans. Last fall was so damp. It was hard to get stuff ideal. I had to watch out because the ground would be wet, the beans would be dry, but the stuff down by the ground would be tough, not cut the best to hang up on the cutter bar if I got going too fast. So every now and then I'd start pushing it. The temperature sending unit has been working great. I was able to get the numbers off the sending unit itself and look it up online and found one on eBay that was less than half what I got it for, about 20 bucks. I think I wanted 60 or a little better from Agco, so that worked out pretty good. Okay, let's see if I can hold on to this camera and turn around. Up. 6 rows at a time. Yeah. Marker down. And there we go. One more. The dreaded 9-10 shift. Had a little bit of a hole in my straw chopper on the combine, so I was laying it down a little thick in a row, but I didn't want to stop to fix it. The planter seems to be handling it good, cleaning it off. To see if we get dry this summer, or if that row of soybean fodder will help hold moisture in, and maybe I'll have a row of good corn. I saw that one time. I planted into wheat stubble. We had a very dry year. I think that's 2012, and there was these height humps in the corn going across the field. Thought maybe I'd done something wrong with the planter, and then I realized it didn't follow the pattern of the planter. It actually followed the pattern of the combine harvesting straw or wheat the previous year, and the chaff and stuff was just a little bit thicker in the middle than on the edges of where the combine went through, and that little bit of extra straw and chaff was holding more moisture in, and that made the difference on that corn being a few inches taller. Took me a little bit to figure that one out. Like I say, thought it was a operator error thing. Soil conditions are pretty ideal today. We have been wet. I just started, let's see, today's 11th. I started on the 9th. That's one of the latest times I can ever recall starting. Most years I'm getting wrapped up around the 9th or 10th. I've planted later, but since I've gone to no-till, that definitely speeds the planting process up. As far as the green stuff, it is mostly purple dead nettle, some other little weed that is already, I don't know the name of it, but it's already as big as it's going to get. My spray program will take care of both of those, so I see no need for a burn down in this field. My corn that'll be going in the wheat stubble, that I'm planning on doing a burn down. Of course, my spray guys that I hire are super busy because they're in the same boat as everybody else. They have not been able to get up to the fields and do what they need to do, and so they're a little backlogged and working on it. I wonder if those were bullfrog tadpoles in that little pond. That pond's basically for drainage. It's a very sandy field, but it's also kind of got some hills and a bowl shape, and that's the bottom of the field. If we get a lot of water like we have this year, I've seen that fuller than that, but there'd be a huge area down here that would just take forever to dry out. By digging a small pond there, gave a place for all the water to run off to. Roughly a 1 acre pond keeps us from having to tile a sandy field that I don't know where the heck we would take it from here. There's so many hills around to try to dig through to take a tile out. That was the best solution for this field. I'm running out of hands. There's my oats. I planted them a week and a half ago. Somewhere around there, and they are up and out of the ground. We've had nice warm weather the last 3 days, so they popped pretty quick. I'm turning around slower than normal just because I'm recording. Turn the steering system back on, shift up. 910. Oh, nice. And these workhorse 18-speed power shift tractors, when you go from 9th to 10th gear, you're shifting 3 clutch packs all at the same time, and that takes a bit of power, and computer tries to synchronize that or fill everything at the right time. So there's some calibration you can go through, but long story short, if they're not calibrated or set up right, that 10-9 and 9-10, 10 to 9 can actually be a rougher shift, even though you're slowing down, because the part of the transmission really has to speed up. And they said for a fraction of a second, the power requirement to speed that part of the transmission up when you make the big range shift is around 200 horsepower. So tractors like the 6125, the lowest horsepower that they put the Funk 18 speed into, it can make a pretty good grunt sometimes, especially when the oil's cold. Let's do it now. 10th gear. Hold on, trying to keep going straight. Let's go down to 9th and see how smooth it goes. A little bit of a bump to it. Here's back to 10. Oh, look. Oh, that's my birthday balloon. Oh, it finally ripped off. Maybe it'll end up in someone's garden or yard or something instead of my field. Engine hours, 3867. For those that are wondering how many hours this old girl has on it, it's a 97 model year, tail end of the 6000 series power shift whites. Last tractor we ever sold at our family dealership. So I plan on hanging on to it. We're getting into some sand here. And here working a little harder, just climbing this hill. The planter sinks in just a little more. The real sand's over on those hills down over there. I had a viewer ask, how is my monitor mounted? And there it is. I used the existing bolt holes. I don't like drilling new ones into stuff if I don't have to. So I got a brace coming from that bolt, which they were just regular 1/4" bolts to start with. A little tab that goes into the one that holds this piece of plastic on. And then there's another one up here that does the same thing, somewhere under there. I got my rag in there to silence it. Yeah, another one that comes out, cross piece, brace going down. Rides really nice. Been there for, I don't know, quite a few years. Rides really good. That is it. Corn is done for 2022, at least the first pass. Hopefully I don't have to do any replanting. Head home and we'll see about putting some beans in the ground. Appreciate everybody watching as always. And if you're out there planting, or hopefully you're done, or you're making good progress, we'll see you in the next one.